Little Hands, Big Attitude, Book 5, The Thief and the Sleeper, Chapter 8, Travel Passes.
That was quick.
Agent Tower whispered under his breath as he stepped into the room. It had only been hours since he and the rest of the team sent to Green Hills had given their report, and Agent Tower had shared his opinion of how his commanding officer was handling things. It had been a serious risk to do so, even if Commander Walters hadn't been in the room, but he hadn't expected them to make a decision so quickly. Government decisions like this tended to take days, if not weeks to be made, so why was this suddenly taking priority? What had happened in those few hours? He stepped before the council, giving a salute.
Sirs.
Agent Tower. A few hours ago, we received word that a large abandoned structure outside of Rapid City, South Dakota was destroyed by a significant explosion.
Agent Tower remained quiet as he nodded, waiting to see if they'd tell him how this was important to anything previously discussed.
At the same time, we received a ping of Project Shadow's energy signature in the same area. We have reason to believe that it was responsible.
Reason, but no proof.
Tower thought silently.
You think he did it, but still, what does this have to do with me? I wasn't assigned to that case.
And it wasn't working alone. Our agents managed to locate 2 distinct energy signatures in the building prior to the explosion. We believe the project is working with a being from the same energy signatures as the aliens presently residing in Green Hills.
What is your plan going forward?
Precisely why you're here, Agent. We have debated your words from earlier, and find it to be a sound argument. We need more information, especially if one of them is secretly working with Project Shadow. You are hereby assigned to a long-term station in Green Hills. You head out at 600 hours Tuesday. Understood?
Understood. Thank you. I will do my best to monitor the situation with utmost precision.
Good man. Dismissed to collect your things.
Thank you.
Agent Tower saluted again and then left the room calmly, but inside, he was both slumping with relief and brimming with anticipation. He was going to get a lot more done with this assignment. He could only hope it was enough to get the answers he craved. He just had to hope that Shadow could keep himself safe and out of trouble until the truth was uncovered.
I'm tired.
We've been walking all night, so I'm not surprised. Thank you for keeping that comment to yourself until now.
Walking all night hadn't initially been the plan, but then again, neither had the guild's abandoned hideout blowing to the moon and sending the authorities out to the area, along with others. Local snoops, fire department, and Rouge had a feeling that the black helicopters she saw approaching had been government ones. They'd started to walk out into the fields and open rural areas, the wind whipping cold around them as the sun vanished and night overtook the skies. They thought of stopping a few times, but nowhere seemed to be quite safe enough for them both to relax and get some shut-eye, so they trudged on. Those potato chips that Wheathead had given Shadow hadn't lasted them long, and so now they were hungry as well. Now, the sun was coming around on the other side of the world, tinting the horizon a lighter blue against looming clouds on the horizon.
Still seeing that green glow?
Shadow nodded. For someone who had a wounded leg, he'd been keeping up a steady pace along the way. He seemed quite intent on following that trail to its end, and so Rouge followed.
Any idea what it is?
Shadow shook his head.
Just something familiar. I feel like I've seen something similar to it before, though. Green light hovering over the ground, bands of color.
The Northern Lights, maybe. The Northern Lights, or Aurora Borealis.
It's what happens when solar energy interacts with the planet's gravitational pull. It makes a visible reaction in the sky.
Not really seen this far south, though.
Then where would I have seen it?
Rouge had an idea, but she wasn't sure how much to share. She knew only so much about Shadow and his past before being in that capsule, but she worried. If she told him that she knew something, would what little she had be enough, or would he try to press her for more information? Even if she wanted to give him all of the answers, she had no idea how or where to find more.
I'm sure it'll come back to you at some point,
she assured, and then stopped.
Hey, do you hear that?
Shadow paused, his own ears swiveling to listen.
What is it?
Rouge's ears moved around, trying to find the source of the sound she'd heard. There it was again, a humming and clacking of metal.
Trains.
A train?
What's so cool about that?
We can ride the trains some of the way. That'll let us rest, and we can still make good time.
Are you sure that's safe?
Safe went out the window a long time ago, Quills. Come on, it's still dark enough that we can slip onto one without being seen.
Oh, okay, if you're sure about this.
Shadow stammered as she tugged him towards the sound. The Bat and Hedgehog made their way towards the sound, and Rouge grinned as she saw the rail yard ahead of them.
Perfect! Now you wait here.
What? Why?
I gotta figure out which trains are headed in that direction, or else we might just hitch a ride right back to where we started. I'll be right back.
Shadow tilted his head.
You trust me not to run away?
You promised, didn't you?
The Hedgehog nodded.
Right, I promised and I keep my promises.
Good. Now sit tight and stay out of sight. I'll be right back.
Rouge took off into the air, leaving the Hedgehog alone to mumble things to himself.
Time to put my spying skills to good use.
Sit tight, sit tight. Is sitting loose a thing too?
Shadow slumped in the grass, trying to keep as low to the ground as he could to avoid being seen or heard by any nearby humans. The darkness combined with his dark coloring certainly helped with stealth, but the sun would be rising soon, and then that black fur of his would make him as visible as a spotlight on an empty stage. He watched the white bat take off and glide over the train yard below, not even making a sound before landing on top of the roof of a building. Lights shone all over the yard, but not above the rooftops, allowing her to creep over the top of the roof and then disappear onto the other side without any detection.
If she's smart enough to break into a government facility and back out with a hostage, I guess she can get a copy of the train schedule.
He mumbled. He looked out towards the green glow once more. What was out there? What was making that glow, and why did he feel so inclined to head towards it? Green Hill. Well, it was certainly green. A few minutes later, Rouge appeared on the rooftop, and then quickly flapped up to the top of the hill again, holding a piece of paper in one hand.
Okay, so we need to get on train B223, which is that one.
She pointed to one of the trains in the yard, which fortunately was one of the closer ones.
It's supposed to be heading out in about 5 minutes, so we need to hurry.
Don't you think they'll need that paper for other things?
Oh no, this is a copy I made while I was in there.
You.
Shadow shook his head.
You know what? Fine. Sure. Let's catch that train.
Great, but if we're gonna sneak aboard.
Rouge held her arms out, and Shadow groaned.
All right. Fine.
He held his arms out.
But just until we're on the train, all right?
Whatever you say.
Shadow blushed a bit as she scooped him up into her arms.
You are very strong, you know.
And you are very heavy. Let's go.
Shadow frowned, but kept from making a sound as Rouge took off into the air again. Humans milled about the yard all over, but Rouge was able to glide up and over them before swooping into one of the cars. She gasped as the metal thumped under her feet, and quickly carried Shadow behind some stacks of cargo. What was that? Neither of them made a sound, or ever dared to breathe as the humans searched the car. Probably just the lumber settling. Let's go. The car's door rumbled shut and locked, and Rouge relaxed, plopping down on the floor with a sigh of relief.
That was too close.
But we're on our way soon, right?
Right. And we didn't even have to pay for a ticket. If I get splinters from this wood though, I'm blaming you.
This was your idea in the first place.